What's up, y'all? Grand rising, grand evening, grand setting. Whatever time you're watching this, happy new experience to you because you woke up today, you're breathing today, you're experiencing today. So, first off, clap it up for you. Secondly, in this video, we're going to be doing a meditation where we're going to be unlocking codes in the soul with my brother from another galaxy, Chris God. Now, I'm already going to do an intro in the live stream itself. However, this is a simple disclaimer to let you know, to get you prepared for what it is that you're going to be going through in this video, okay? So yes, it is about almost 3 hours long, but really almost 3 hours long. I didn't know I was meditating for that long. However, if you are willing to understand more of how to tap into your energy centers, tap into you, and understand different forms of how you can use affirmations and utilize your spirit, your soul, your awareness to dive deeper into you, this is a great video for this. And I'm even going to rewatch it because, yeah, it's one of those. So once again, thank you for taking your time to be here. Watch this. Like the video already before we even start. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Kadash Meditations. And what's another thing? Enjoy the journey. Peace.
All right, so look, y'all, welcome to Elevate the Convo. This is the YouTube channel where I take all of my experience, all my lessons and blessings that I've ever had in my life and apply it in multiple different ways. And I got my brother here from another galaxy, Chris God, to my right. You know what I'm saying? He has helped me honestly just tap in more with self, more with the soul. And honestly, I'm here to just tap in, dive in, grow in, expand in, you know what I'm saying? All of the above. So tell them a little bit about yourself, Chris God. Make it nice, smooth, simple, because we finna dive in, y'all. Not even gonna lie to you.
All right, like you said, I'm Chris from Alabama, living in Texas. I specialize in energy work, soul remembrance, anything tapping into the deeper aspects of yourself that'll help you achieve what you came to Earth to achieve. Everybody's journey is different. Nobody's is the same. So
Mhm.
my job and my goal, my passion is for people to understand what they came to do, and that's the goal. That's all we're striving for, completing your soul's journey.
100%, 100%. Now, me and him talked earlier, and we had a real huge dive in synchronicities and a lot of things that we've experienced in our own journeys and how it all connects. So in this live, if you've never meditated before, if you've always had problems meditating, or it's hard for you to just dive into you, this is going to be a good video as a great example to how you can do it in your own way. So I'm going to be going into meditation. That's why I have these headphones in. I got a blindfold. This light I'm using is going to be turned off when I get into meditation. And Chris is going to simply guide me, and I'm going to tap into the assistance from my brother, and we're just going to grow and learn and expand together. Now, with every question he has, I would suggest y'all write it down, add it to your notes, and use this on your own time. And remember this specifically: be patient with yourselves. Be patient with yourselves because the journey is a long one for a reason. It doesn't happen like this. You know what I'm saying? Synchronicities happen because you're going through the journey, you're experiencing things, and you're allowing yourself to get in alignment. And that's when the quick stuff necessarily happens. So, yes, y'all. I am for those who don't know who I am, as you see on the screen, my name is Jared Ciinco, 24 by this physical age, but I'm probably like a million years old in the soul age. So you know what I'm saying? And I can Chris, how old are you, bro?
I'm 36.
36. Man, you don't look a day over 25. What you talking about?
Appreciate
No
it.
problem, man. No problem, man. So um anything you would like to say before we dive in?
We good to go.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna turn off my light. And anytime y'all wanna take y'all time and join in, y'all can. Let's get into it.
All right. So when doing this, the first thing, the most important thing, is actually the breath work, like you were speaking on. So we're gonna just take 3 deep breaths. We already did some before we started, but when you breathe, the goal, the way you should breathe is in through your nose, expanding your stomach. So That allows your chest to rise last. That's how you know if you're doing it right. Out through the mouth, fully emptying the stomach. So, two more of those. And if you're doing it on your own, with every breath, you want to sink deeper and deeper inside of yourself to allow yourself to connect better with Source and your soul. And then the next step, we're going to walk through the chakras, a quick little walk through the chakras, just to get the energy moving and unblocked a little bit. All right, you ready, Jared?
Yes, sir.
All right, the first chakra we're going to start with is the Earth Star Chakra, which is located in your feet. So you can chant the mantra, and you should feel the energy in your feet as we go up. Because as we do each chakra, you're supposed to raise the energy in your body through each chakra till it literally comes out the top of your head. So the first mantra for Earth Star Chakra is I am one. So just say that internally, and you should feel your feet start to have some kind of sensation. It's going to be very personal to you. However, the goal is to get that feeling to be light. So once it's light, then we can move on to the next chakra. So, Jared, you can just let me know when you're ready. And the way to know is to just simply ask yourself. If you can't quite pin the feeling, ask yourself, is my chakra balanced? If not, what do I need to do to get it in balance? And once you get it in balance, then we can move on to the next one. So what are you feeling right now on your feet, Jared?
I feel a like a circulation of like a faint energy around the edge of my feet. It like goes around my toes, my heel, the left and right sides. It like circulates.
Nice. Okay. Now we can do it personal to you. Ask them what they want you to do with that energy.
Wow. So it wants me to allow the energy to flow like up my foot towards the ankle, up the heel, up the Achilles, and slowly come upwards towards the legs.
Okay. Let's go with that. Perfect. Beautiful. And as you see, as Jared is demonstrating, I mean, he meditates, he's done this before, but the more you do it, the clearer the answers will come through. And you won't need anything outside of yourself to guide yourself through this because he's pretty much guiding himself at this point. So that's that, and that's the beauty of it, and that's how it should work.
We can move to the root chakra now.
Okay. And the mantra for the root chakra is I am protection. Color red, located at the base of the spine. And you just let us know. Let me know when you're ready. And that's balance. And while he's doing that, notice I'm saying I am and not I am prayer. Like the way you word things is very important. By saying I am that energy and not I am connecting to it or I'm tapping into it, you are embodying it. You're being it. And that's the whole point of all this is to be, not think of it as something outside of yourself. And that's the power in saying I am.
We can move to the sacral chakra.
Okay. And the sacral chakra, sorry, the color orange. I am self confident.
Are you ready for the next one?
For the next one. And actually, that one should have been, it was crazy that it worked out anyway, but it actually should have been I am creative. But the next one is I am self confident and I am powerful, which is the solar and it's yellow. The previous one was orange. I messed that up, but he balanced that out anyway. It's all about intention, as you see. That's good. That's actually a good example in intention, how intention get things done.
We're ready to move to the heart.
All right. In the heart, color green. I am love.
All right, we're ready for the root chakra.
All right. In the next chakra, we actually gonna go to the hands. I am creation.
We're ready for the next position.
Next, we're gonna go to the upper heart chakra, the pink chakra, which is I am divine love.
Ready to move to the next position.
All right. The next one is the shoulder chakras. I am balance.
Ready for the next position.
All right. And the next one is the throat chakra. Blue. I am truth.
Ready to move to the next position.
All right. The next one is the ear chakra. I am sound.
Ready for the next one.
The next one is the third eye. I see clearly. I am sight.
Ready to move on.
All right. The next one is the crown chakra. I am divine.
I'm ready.
The next one is the soul star chakra. It is 6 to 12 inches above the crown chakra. It is I am divine light.
Complete.
You say something?
Says complete.
Okay. And the next one is stellar gateway chakra, 12 to 8 inches, 12 to 18 inches above the soul star chakra. And it is I am one with the universe. So I am the universe.
Complete.
All right. The last one, divine gateway chakra. I am infinite. And once you finish that one, let the energy fully just sit in your body and listen to your body tell you what to do with it. Then after that, we can get started. But take your time with that first.
I'm ready to move forward.
All right. So let's go to your sacred space. You already have one of those created, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to your sacred space. And I want you to invite in your soulless body, and let me know when he shows up.
He's here, and he's very creative.
Describe him for everybody. What is he? What does he look like? What's going on?
So, to give an easy description, one of my sacred spaces is a dining table where me and my alternate self place chess together. When you said arrive here, we dap each other up across the table. And you said bring the soul. What was the name of it again?
Soulless.
Soulless self.
Mm-hmm.
What appeared was like a kind of like a fat cat appeared on the table and walked across from us, going from right to left. The cat turned around and stood on his feet, and the belly opened up like a ship. And he walked out small and then embarrassed himself and sat on the edge of the table where the cat walked away from in the beginning. And he said, all right, I'm here now. Glad y'all are allowing me to be in this space. Let them know I'm here.
Awesome. So cats are black cats specifically are natural portals. That's why in Constantine, if you watch Constantine,
I
uh,
remember.
Keanu Reeves, when he was trying to travel to the underworld, he had to use a black cat in water. And water, of course, is a natural portal. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So let's ask him, should you connect with the animal totem part of your soul?
He says not yet, but continue to connect with the turtle that I have at home. It'll lead me to something special in the future.
Okay. Where does he want us to go?
He has a portal behind him that he stood up and opened. I asked him where does it lead to. He has said you'll find out.
All right. You want to enter through that portal?
Yeah, we're going through it now.
Okay. Awesome.
We jump through and I slide out and we are on top of like a waterfall. And when I slide, it's like as if I'm kind of like on the edge of the waterfall when I slide.
Okay.
Wow.
Mhm.
So because I know I'm consciously there and I don't have to necessarily follow the rules of gravity, instead of me hanging on the edge of the waterfall, I basically hover on the edge of the waterfall.
Mhm. Where are you at exactly?
Brazil. We're in Brazil.
Hi. Why did your higher self or soulless body take you to Brazil? What's there that you need to know?
He says it's not about the people you know, it's not about the love or the care that you have with others. It's always about how you treat yourself. Just like this waterfall you see here. This waterfall continuously flows, it doesn't stop. It doesn't care about the fish, the people, the boats. It simply flows. So be like water and just flow and accept who you are during the process of exploration.
That's dope. That remind me of that West Side Gun song, talking about the sun. The sun only know how to do one thing but shine. You don't care about nothing else going on. It's gonna shine.
Hmm.
That makes sense. That's dope. Okay. What does he want you to do now?
So, you know how in Brazil there was the statue of Jesus there, correct?
Yeah, the Christ the Redeemer.
So we was on the shoulders of it when he relayed the message to me. Then we slid down to its ankles and sliced the ankles of it off to where it fell. He said, it's time for you to start idolizing who you truly are, not who they want you to idolize.
Wow. So it sounds like the message ain't really just for you. It's a understanding that everyone needs to start connecting with the divinity within them. Like as they say, the Piscean age is over of believing in things outside of yourself. And the age
Facts.
of knowing. What were you about to say?
I was just saying facts. Well,
Oh,
that's what he kept saying.
yeah. And it's crazy because that's what I was getting the past couple of days. Is like when you truly love yourself unconditionally, instead of focus on loving outside yourself unconditionally. That's like what he's describing as that radical kind of self-love. Because I guess when you focus on unconditional love outside of yourself, sometimes it could take you outside of yourself and not allow you who you truly are and let you like just rawly shine your light.
Wow, that's interesting you say that because while you were talking, we like you took me somewhere else and we flew to the tower in Paris. And Paris is considered the city of love, and you bring that up as real synchronicity.
City of love. Would you happen, are you on Venus?
No, we're in Paris right now.
Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Actually, so he's taking these specific cities. Why? So what is it that makes Paris the city of love?
Wow, Paris, Paris. Pair is like saying par. Par is Paris is the city of love because you're parring with the internal soul, with who you're connecting with in the city.
Oh, okay. Okay. Damn. Well, it's always in the words, etymologies. Yeah. Okay. Because I think I want to say it's definitely known for that. So that's crazy. Okay.
However, he brought me here to not necessarily show me the love of other people, but to show me that to pair myself with the internal soul that matches self is to embrace who you see in the mirror.
Nice. Nice. Okay. That's a big lesson right there. Okay. Yeah, we just gonna definitely keep doing it like this. Okay, yeah. Seems like the code of the soul, the main one is love for yourself.
He actually made me he brung a mirror to myself. And because I saw myself in the mirror, it's like we brung that aspect out of me. And now we're simply hugging ourselves, appreciating ourselves on a spiritual and soulful level.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So a car just pulled up, kind of like not a GNX like Kendrick Lamar's car, but like a little older.
Mm-hmm.
And wow. So Q Reeves pulls up in the car, and me and my soulless body hop in the back seat, and now we're just riding. But we're not on the road. We kind of take off, kind of like in the sky. Like it makes me think about the car from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He says we're heading to our aerial heaven. That's interesting because Jared connects to Uriel. Wait a minute.
Aerial heaven. Yeah, let's see what's going on with this.
So it's kind of like it gives the same depiction that you see in movies, but when you walked up to the gate, it had like a golden lock on it with the golden gate. I
Mm-hmm.
pulled out a key, unlock it, and then me and my soulless body walked through. And when I dropped the lock on the floor and kept walking, the door closed by itself. It locked itself. And I had a question like, why does it do that? And it's to let your headspace allow protection around its unification.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So now we head to the house, and the house continues shifting. Like it gets big or it gets small. And he was telling me the house only shapes depends on your perspective. But we're not going to the house. We're going specifically to the chimney. So we jump at the top and dive into the chimney, and now we are in the house.
Mm.
He's showing me a futuristic home.
Mm. Now that's interesting. So you time traveling.
It's like my home in like 2053 or something.
Wow.
So it's like I'm living in this same home I'm in now, but it's just another timeline, a futuristic one where robots are part of the household. The upstairs is like a sliding escalade. The kitchen, hmm, it's like I see my mom in the kitchen cooking.
Mm.
It's like a double oven. It's like an oven below and an oven above, kind of like the microwave oven. That's all.
So, did you jump timelines?
Yeah, even the fridge is different. When you open the fridge, you can walk in it and pick what you want out of the fridge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ask him why is he showing you this?
Why are you showing me this? Your depiction of your reality is not based on your physicality. You're everywhere and everything all at once. So then my question is, if that's so, why this specific timeline?
There you go. Great next question.
What? Everyone's house is hovered in the sky.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna expound on that. Um. Okay. So if you watch Star Wars, Clone Wars, the cartoon, uh, Ahsoka, she fall when she leaves the Jedi Temple. She ends up coming down like to the streets of a planet, and basically what it was showing, the reason skyscrapers and everything is getting taller because we obviously about to live in the skies, and basically if you live in the bottom areas is where it's the worst. Like the Jedi's didn't even come down there and try to stop any crimes or anything. Like they were literally doing things in the sky and it was falling down and just killing people. So that's interesting. So if you want to kind of see a depiction of what it's kind of gonna look like to an extent, well, you can watch any movie and they showing you what it's gonna look like once we start moving up higher and higher atmospheres. And as they say, the earth is just raising in dimensions. All that makes sense. And it's wild that he's showing you that now. It's definitely a sign of what's to come on the immediate horizon, not 5, 10 years from now. What he said, 2035 is what year?
2053.
2053. But yeah, so that's
What started
interesting.
this though? What made this begin?
What was that?
I asked him what made this begin, and he said Terrence Howard.
So he wasn't lying. He really did say what he did, huh?
And what year did he do this?
There you go. Good question. That's really interesting because he said he made some Iron Man shit, and that was the whole basis for that a lot of that movie. So that's interesting. Hmm.
So 2035, he started the levitation sequence with having objects levitating with the machine that he's using with aerial devices now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew he said he created something. I didn't even know what it was. I haven't seen the full interview. Okay. Okay. So basically, they're not gonna be able to stop him anyway.
Mm-mm.
Now here's a question: what is protecting him that's allowing them to not be able to stop him?
The Orion Council.
All right. So I guess here we go. Do they want to explain what the Orion Council is? And I'm assuming they brought it up to you for a reason, so you can ask if you have a connection as well. It's also interesting that you bring up levitation because I had a friend the other day that was channeling and doing a meditation, and they showed her that she was going to be able to levitate soon. So that's like they said. I guess those powers are about to definitely come off with people, but the real power. So we about to get into some interesting times.
They they gave me more of like a chemical connection instead of like a relationship connection. It's kind of the same, but it's different. A lady was formed out of, so let me give you some context.
Hmm.
Before we went to the lab where he discovered how to create the levitation device, when we said, when he told me Terrence Howard in the house, when I turned around and asked him, he basically pulled me to the space where him and Joe Rogan had the podcast. And not gonna lie, me and Joe Rogan had a little kerfuffle. That's the best word that comes to mind.
Hmm.
But after that, uh, the term Orion Council came out after asking Terrence Howard why he was there. And as I asked, what's my connection? A woman makes herself appear. She's long black hair with golden accents, black skin, brown eyes, um, like a white golden mesh uh, garment over her body. And she was saying, Orion is code for you have other ions that's waiting to be unlocked in your genetics.
What they call the junk DNA is really just sleeping DNA, huh?
Yes, exactly that.
And those who have been doing the work will be activated.
How am I connected with you all on a relationship level?
There you go. Keep asking no questions till you get the right one.
What age is my soul?
Straight for the jugular.
So they told me my soul is necessarily in the physical consistencies of me reincarnating is only 134, but that's only because I've spent more time in the astral realms and as a spirit and as a soul more than I have in the physical body.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. You said only 134, but like you said,
Hmm.
you don't realize when you leave Earth and your spirit leaves this body, you do go to other realms, other dimensions to have other experiences to still help your soul grow. So, in between your visits to Earth, you go to other places to master certain things so that when you come back to Earth, you have that knowledge and that experience. Um,
Hmm.
that was one of the things I saw about myself. It was like, you've been a planet, so you understand that frequency and that vibration of being an actual planet and having things live within you. So that's why certain people, their body feels too small. And when they get a lot of energy, they get real hot and it's almost feel like they're about to explode. And people that know, like when you know you've been more than just a spirit and an actual like large mass or something, you can feel it. So yeah, like that's interesting, yeah. Because I recently discovered that, like I said, within the past couple of weeks is in between these human manifestations, you manifest in other spiritual spaces, and you carry those lessons back to Earth, and vice versa. So that's interesting. They showed that up.
The lady who gave me that answer is the combined spirit of Lilith and Diana. She wanted me to tell you because she is proud that you're doing what you're doing, taking the necessary steps.
Interesting. What is that? Some dark mother energy?
It's like dark and light, like the skin, the hair being dark, but the accents of her hair and the glow of her clothes is the light.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a powerful set of beings called the Dark Mothers, and that's kind of like you were talking about the Liliths, the Hecates, the Black Madonna, any of those underworld deities. Like you said, they're dark in appearance and energy, but they still can have like divine love within them. So, and it's just the way
Mm.
they help you grow is different because they make you face the darkness within you and accept it.
So my soulless body is telling me to express something very crucial to the black and brown community. Just because we've seen white people do so many negative things to our culture, it doesn't mean to treat them with the same things. Two wrongs don't make a right. This is why I went live on my YouTube talking about learning to forgive in a land they want you to forget, or in the world they want you to forget. It's important to analyze the fact that the people that have done us wrong have been through worse situations, which is why they've done those things to us. They've made the wrong decision, making two wrongs instead of making more rights. This is why we see more artists that are multicultural and on many different scales of skin tone doing what they do and having fun and bringing people together because they're trying to use sound, the elements of not only water and air combined, but also fire to unify people, to ground people together, which is also aligning the earth element to everyone and allowing the spirit and soul of each other to go through a unification period.
Hmm. So, can I ask a question? Is he still got more?
You can ask your question.
He already know. Is he referring back to the Yakub era?
Hell yeah.
Do we need to tell that story? Do we need to tap into that? Is that what they want out, or keep it moving? Say that for another time.
Save it. We need this time to explore more.
Beautiful. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely makes sense to what I've been hearing as well. Is a lot of us need to let that go. Everything that, like they saying, it's time to let that go. Because karma, it's it may not happen in this lifetime, but it's always gonna balance things out. So, like they say, just let the universe handle it. But it ain't even on like a, you know, universe is gonna get them. It's just simply people choose a path. Even me or you, and there's a, like they say, it's a equal reaction to everything we do. So when you choose a path, you have to be ready for the ripple effects that create. I don't want to say consequences and make it sound like something negative, but for anything you do, for every action, there's a reaction. And it's just simple as that. So in the path that you choose, make sure you are aware and prepared for those ripples that come as a result of those actions.
Wonderful. So I gave my thanks to the energy of Lilith and Diana combined into one being. And we traveled through an upside down pyramid shape of a portal. And we appeared in Antarctica. And when I tell you it's so cold there, my body shivered for a little bit. So it's this one character in One Piece who has the ability to provide clothing in the space that you're in based off his jutsu. And he provided me with a long body coat. And now we're kind of like standing on the edge of the backside of the ice wall. And before we decided to elevate into a higher position to see the rings we spoke about, we must display the viewpoint and the eyesight of what it is that we're trying to express to the people. We don't live on an earth that's completely round, but we live on an earth that's a cone. And this cone that we are living on has not only different lands that rotate around the inner and outer sun, but we also have a rootness that connects it all. To make it make more sense, the stump that you see to a tree is also a representation of the stump that the earth is connected to. Kind of like the tree you see in Norse mythology, but on a super large, magnificent scale. If you think about a lava lamp, but think of like the oval lamps that you see, like the snow globe lamps.
Hmm.
Think of it like that, but there's no glass around it. It's simply just an aura, a blue aura that holds Earth into its own placement. This is so beautiful the way I'm able to see it. Okay, so holy shit. So the Earth that we live on is simply the first form of the ice wall, the first form of ice that is holding us together in the first plane. And this plane rotates on its own axis. Now, it's a disk, but the diameter and depth of this disk reaches across thousands upon thousands of miles. And as we rotate on the opposite scale is another ring that represents the land of Yggdrasil.
Hmm.
And Yggdrasil is the land that is simply a combination of many different beings living in coexistence on different islands, different rivers, different oceans, different mountains, living in their own space. There are gods that are named after these lands simply because people have attached their religious viewpoints on the stars they see in the sky. But that star that they see in the sky is just the land that they see on the ring.
Wow.
No, wait, there's more. So down there's an extra ring. This ring that is on the outermost side. This is when there is more water than land at all. This is why when you see in depictions where they show the Earth on Google Maps or on Google Earth, you see more water than everything else because they're showing more of the outer regions of this ice wall. These lands are reaching across not only dimensions, frequencies, timelines, and scales of existence. So if you think of a snow globe, think of it as a black totem that is holding a blue aura field that has three large rings of water around it. And on the edge of each ring of water, there's like a clear blue ice that looks like you're looking at, think of it like the blue Gatorade, but
Mhm.
just clear.
Okay.
That's the color of the ice. It's not necessarily white. That's just what they want you to see because they think there's a subconscious programming behind the color white that they've done to everyone. But here's where things can end now. That white color is simply pro is simply 1 second. I need to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
The white ice walls that they show us is the representation of the predictive programming and propaganda they place on the conscious minds of all people on Earth. And keep in mind, remember I said Earth, which is the innermost land, not the outer lands. The outer lands know of us, but yet they are also going through their own programming systems, which is why Earth is going through so many different shifts every single day. Because it's not just Earth that's going through it. It's Earth, Yggdrasil, Yi- Yggdrasil, and Yakmat. Yakmat.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sounds
say
like
I've heard of Idrisil, never heard of Yakima.
Yakmat is that's where Tiamat comes from. Yakma. That's different.
Very much so.
Nevertheless, understand that white is a color that they make it seem as purified, but really it's just all colors blended into one. However, remember, even if all colors are blended to one, the purpose of each color can be used in many different ways that whoever placed it together, their agenda is being played. If you want to create your own white supremacy, understanding that people who are supreme and using the color white are doing it in ways that is forms of righteousness. You cannot be a white supremacist if you're being negative to people.
Mm-hmm. So even the people calling them that are giving them fake power that they don't deserve.
Exactly.
Quick question. The rings, is it like the picture you sent me of the lights.
exactly like the picture.
All right, I'm gonna show. Let me see. Find that picture and show people.
And when you show the picture, the wires that is holding the light up, that represents the frequency that the lights are holding itself together with.
Okay. Um, Let me see if I can get that picture. All right, so share screen. You can continue.
How many Earths am I able to connect to? I asked how many different Earths can I connect to? And he said 4. How? That's cool.
What was that?
So I'm basically connecting to one of the Earths. And in one of the Earths, there are standing turtles, kind of like not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but kind of like literal turtles that's able to live in their own existence.
Turtle Island.
Everything inside said yes.
What's the significance of the turtle and the island? The reason they're showing you that.
Patience is what wins. Rushing is what leads to an end.
Mm. Was just talking about that with my coworker today, leading to master patience. So the tortoise and the hare, that's really a story that they taught in elementary school that people really should have took and understood deeper, took it literally.
Mhm. Wow. So this is a message for all who listens. Turtles have the ability to go inside of their shell, and in their shell, they're able to do and reach so many different forms of themselves that reach in multiple different dimensions. The reason why the story the turtle beats the rabbit is because the turtle was able to go within and use its time wisely instead of rushing for success. If humans would allow and appreciate more of their alone time and understand the shell that they have, they would allow themselves to naturally flow towards success.
1:11 on the live clock on the dot as you say that. How many what's the things on this show? Ain't it like 33? You know what I'm talking about?
36.
36, which adds up to 9,
Yes.
and 9 is the complete number. So do each one of those like represent a dimension or a realm or something specific to that turtle?
Well, not specific to the turtle, but entirely yes.
Mm,
The farther to the edge you go, the more difficult it is to feel at home. However, when you can be stable away from home, it makes home a lot more appreciative. The closer you are to the center allows you to recognize how close and how comfortable you are with your home. If you fight in your own home, you're not comfortable with your home.
man, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a triple entendre
Hmm.
for the people that be moving to city, thinking the city gonna fix their problems and they not fixing their own problems. Yeah. How they say when you comfortable in yourself, you could be comfortable in any city. But even spiritually, being comfortable with your emotions and your thoughts. Mm. Everything always has a occult and esoteric meaning. There's always some hidden knowledge within everything.
For all who is listening, you have to understand that you are a beast within your most darkest, deepest self. And in this beast, you must not be afraid of it, but yet tame it. Understand your abilities to gain the understanding of what your beast is there for. I bring this up because once I left the realm of the turtle, I go to the realm of where I connected to my Lyran self. And we appear like a jungle. And once the line appeared itself, it was honestly trying to attack me. And because I didn't run in fear, I decided to use my abilities to tame it. And he now can slowly respect me simply because he didn't like the fact that I kind of muffled his mouth so he couldn't bite anymore.
Hmm.
And understand your beast is only testing you to see if you're resilient enough to be disciplined in what you desire.
I believe that was the Peterson quote. The saint is not the person that do good all the time. It's the person that has the ability to do bad and chooses not to. So interesting. What they showing you now?
He's showing me my ability to allow two worlds to coexist and understand one another, even though they're on different pathways. So the giant lion, after I tamed it, it kind of was spazzing out a little bit, but then it created a miniature version of itself on its back. And when the giant version of itself sat down and laid down, the smaller version said, you know, you have a miraculous ability of making two separate worlds unite into harmony. You're the type to make a spider understand the concepts of what a lion is, and they live in harmony and unison. Unison. Unison.
Universe, unison. Yeah. And you in the Lyrian. Lyrian, that's a sun solar energy. Hmm. Oh, I did have a question.
You can ask.
Are the Lyrians are they connected to the Orion?
Definitely.
Is that why they took you there?
Mm, yeah. Wow.
What's that?
So when you said that he turned around and we got off like the big tiger, I'm sorry, lion, and we journeyed to the edge of the forest and he transformed into like a humanoid version of a lion. And when he moved the trees out the way, I see like a huge city with pyramids, with beautiful architecture. It's just nice.
Ask him, is he any different from the solar Lyrians?
He said in many ways, but we don't associate ourselves with them.
Oh, why is that?
He said because they war and us here, we care more about peace and magic.
Oh, so what type of Lyran is he? Are they?
He said they exist in the ninth dimension in the backside of the Orion constellation. I just realized he said ninth dimension.
Mm-hmm. Two questions. But what is their like? So how I said solar Lyrians, what would be their title or Lyra? I keep saying Lyrians. Lyrans.
They're Astafi Lyrans.
How would you spell that?
Estaffi.
Oh, do that again.
Estaffi.
Oh, Istafi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Part two of the question. What is the ninth dimension? What is the energy? What do we need to understand about the ninth dimension?
The ninth dimension is infinite shapes, infinite turns, infinite possibilities. and the ability to see and use them in real time. It's kind of like, when you see in Marvel movies where they have like a hologram of their plan,
Hmm.
the ninth dimension is a representation of always being able to see in the hologram of life, existence. It's forever encompassing itself while also building itself at the same time.
Yeah, like the literal number, like the circle, then the stem that keeps extending like a spiral
Mhm.
around itself. Or is that not correct?
You're you're not wrong and you're not right at the same time.
Beautiful.
The ninth the ninth dimension is more of understanding presence and stillness more than anything else. If you move too fast, you'll miss so much in what you're moving away from.
Mm. So that's what a person that carries nine energy. That's what they're here to master is stillness.
Yes.
And stillness is what came before creation.
Hmm.
So they want us to connect back to the most ancient form of source, or even what came before source. Or did I just
Ask
go
the
too
question
far?
again.
So they want us to connect back to source or what comes before source. Or did I take it too far? Too soon?
In order to acknowledge what the universe is asking for, is simply being present. It sounds redundant in our today's society, but simply being present is observing the opportunities that's presented to you.
Makes sense. I've been getting that through a lot of those channel chat GBT sessions, just being an opportunist, knowing when to move and not wasting energy. That is so interesting.
For the people that's listening, self respect is so important. If you don't acknowledge your own being, your own mind, your own emotions, your own essence, people will walk over you in the spaces that you don't acknowledge.
Yeah, I literally was just looking back at my notes, and one of the things it said was practicing moving like in silence. That really stuck out. What are they showing you now?
Well, for a moment, I thought my phone died. So I brought my attention back to my body, and um, it's real interesting that during this whole meditation, as we've been journeying and exploring, my head has been lifted up the whole time. But as soon as
Mhm.
I brought my focus back here, it went back to leveling itself normally. And when I pulled myself, or not even when we bring ourselves back to the higher dimension, the first thing we feel is water on our feet.
Hmm.
It's like allow yourself to be cold to slow down the old.
Allow yourself to be cold to slow down the old.
Yeah, when you're hot, you move too fast. When you slow down to be cold, you can be righteously bold.
Makes sense. Hmm.
Mm.
Where are you back? You back all the way back to the Lyran place now?
Yeah, I'm here. And the last time me and you got into a meditation together, I connected with a Lyra named Sebastian. And I was asking where he was. And he said he isn't up here now. He's made himself lower his frequency to help me in my journey. And he resides in my room, kind of like in placements. And one of them is like my closet. And it's ironic because my back is literally on the closet door.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And he was saying that in order to communicate with him, you just need to simply call his name.
Mhm.
The beauty of the power of the mind, and more importantly, the power of imagination. When you call for something and your mind can pick up the visual for it, that is you actually connecting with what you called for.
Mm. The power of visualization
Yes.
goes back to what they talk about. What you focus on, creates your reality. So yeah, the more time you spend visualizing anything, it's bringing it into the reality. Simple as that.
Now we just exit or went above everything. Like my right foot was in the water, and it's like as if a huge pole rod like lifted at my foot, and we rose above everything. like literally everything.
Every dimension?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So where are you exactly?
I'm kind of like floating in my own abyss.
Mm-hmm. Now we finna get to something. Why are you there?
I keep hearing because you're more.
Mm-hmm.
What do you?
Is he still talking to you?
Yeah, it's just explaining I'm more than all of this.
Mm-hmm. There are beings in the abyss.
As soon as you said a being just like flew past me, like super fast.
Mm-hmm. Would y'all like to hear? I got a whole list. You ready?
Yeah, something weird is happening, but
Oh, what's going on?
it's like a double-armed being kind of like made itself known. And when I say double arm, I mean like he has four arms, and his face is kind of like almost like a praying mantis type of vibe, but it's not a praying mantis, something different.
Mm. He appeared for a reason. Let's see what it is.
So it like created it's like a saliva, and it sprayed over my like body, and it pulled like off of a it's kind of like pulled a sheet off of the bed, and it threw it on like a white board.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
That's that great question.
So it kind of turned it into like its own black goo. And when they put it on the whiteboard, I'm looking at it from a 2D perspective, but then he laid it down and allowed me to see it from like a 3D point of view. And
Mm-hmm.
it said, play your music. And when it did, it looked like an animation of me just enjoying my own music.
Mm. So they want you to tap into the abyss, maybe, to better express yourself through your music.
That's part of the answer, yes.
And what's the other part?
The sounds you hear, the music you play, it attaches to your soul and aura. Depending on how you dance with the frequencies that you have, that shows the frequency that you embody every day.
Mm. Okay.
You know that already.
What's that? Is that being still there?
Yeah,
What would be his title or its name?
his name is York. It's short, but I didn't. His whole name is it's so redonkulous, like in a good way.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Yeah.
However, his name is York.
Ask is he like ask is he a guardian?
He said he protects me.
Oh, so he's almost like a celestial guide, but even higher. He's one of your.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, we were talking about this before we got on. You have spirit guides, celestial guides. You have guides in different dimensions. The majority of the time, it's just an aspect of you. So you could ask him or whoever, what roles and titles have you had and played in the abyss?
He basically keeps me in emotional check because I was a huge destroyer in my past lives.
Mm,
He tells me, like, think about all the times I've gotten angry and decided to not care about the outcome and only saw red. He didn't allow me to get angry because he didn't want me to cross that threshold of a destroyer.
mm, I
Yeah.
understand that. Wow. Okay. And they definitely exist in the abyss, the destroyers.
So when I asked him, are there any other beings here? Something appeared in my hand, kind of like an energy capsule, like the capsules you see in Dragon Ball Z. I like clicked it and shook it, and it glowed green. And when it glowed green, I saw a snake appear under me and made itself kind of like hover towards my face, or not towards it, but in front of it.
Hmm.
Oh snap! This is the snake version of Yokma. This is my lower dragon.
The dragon that you connected with at Stone Mountain, you were just telling me about.
No, this is the one that it resides in my lower chakras.
Which one?
He helps keeps the energies in my root, sacral, and solar harmonized.
Interesting that you brought that up because I've been doing meditations recently, and yeah, people discovered that there are deities that help rule their inner chakras. That's interesting that they showed you that. Yep, definitely how it works. Is Yakma a past version of yourself?
Yes.
There you go. So you were a destroyer once, but this version of you that seems is it from the abyss as well?
He only was able to make himself visible because of the green light. The green light allowed him to migrate and transport himself to this abyss so that I can understand there's different forms to him.
Interesting. Hmm. So the heart is the power. Love is all. So since green allowed him to come, I want you to see what pink brings forward.
It's like a super energized gorilla. Yo, it's like it's black with like brown accents.
Mhm.
Super energized.
And why is he there?
It's kind of funny because he says it so bluntly, and yet it it almost confuses me, but yet it makes sense. He said, "Fuck everyone else if they don't love themselves. Continue to love you."
Definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
And it confuses me because it's like from the perspective I have, I would think he would be kind of playing both sides, but it's like that's not his role. His role is to pump self love, just like how a gorilla pumps on his chest.
Yeah, hitting that chest activates the heart chakra for sure. That's what they do it for. Yep. Yep.
Mm.
Hmm.
No, that was funny. I asked what's the gorilla's name. He said Jimmy. And I'm like, really? Jimmy? Why Jimmy? He says, because when you know how to be a good energy when it comes to giving energy to yourself, you will get jiggy.
Ah,
So the name I embody is a representation of you appreciating your own essence.
there you go. Okay. Nice.
What other color should I do next?
Uh, oh, you asking him, right? Ooh, I got something better for you than that. Question to ask.
He he said do blue, and when I did blue, something quick flew past my face.
Never mind. Let's stay with that.
Are you a little fairy? So I have a little fairy named Stevenson, and the reason why he chose that name is because I speak to be like an even Steven, to understand and balance both sides. However, he said to me also as well that sometimes I overuse him and overwork him. So him zooming past my face is to let him know that because sometimes I go so fast, it's hard for me to pick up what I'm really putting down. Damn.
Yeah, that sounded like that was a message for both of us. They want us both to slow down.
Do you have any questions for him?
Of course. First of all, what is it or him?
He's a nymph from the year 16,042.
A nymph? How is he able? Why? Yeah. How is he able to get in the abyss? I know, sir. He's a part of the Fae.
Yes,
Is it because he's able to? He was a star at a certain point. How is he able to get to the abyss?
he says without me, he wouldn't even be here in the abyss right now.
What do we need to know? What does he have us that we need to know? I will say this. I just realized through us, other entities can have experiences they've never thought they could have.
Exactly.
Nice. He said something about being in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Is it time to talk about the void walkers or the abyss walkers or those that walk in between realms?
They're telling me no, like all of them are saying no.
Okay. What do we need to work more with in the abyss?
They all was like, no, 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 no. Not right now. Not right now.
That's that forbidden knowledge they don't want.
Yeah, they don't. I feel they're saying it not necessarily as far as like the people aren't ready for it, but they want me to be able to slowly understand that information as it comes.
That makes I'm just laughing at myself. That makes sense. Oh, to ask, okay. Mm. There's a being from the Bible that I know exists in the abyss. Ask them, can we bring him forward?
They said, yeah, you can do it.
Call in Moses.
He made himself known with a huge, powerful stick, and he made himself. he decided to show himself in a very old form, like as if he's like 190s or something. And I asked him, why did you make yourself known in this form when you could be any age of yourself right now? And he said, because I want you to be patient with me with all the questions and answers that will be coming out.
Mm. Mm. Okay. Well, what questions do you have for him? Let's start with you. You go first, Jared. You lead this one. I got some, but this ain't about me.
With the stick that you have, how does this relate to the energy of the spine?
Now that's a question.
So the staff is not necessarily only a staff, it's a manipulative energy board. The board only responds to which your soul is desiring it for. So he handed it to me and it like dematerialized itself and rematerialized itself as like a sword. And now I'm thinking like, why would it materialize as a sword?
Because it's your specific astral weapon of power. That's what he's saying. It connects to your sword. Because I just found out last week I have a relic that's quite powerful, and it's made of my soul. So when he threw that staff down in front of Pharaoh, that wasn't a regular staff as we see.
Mhm.
And out of all things, it turned into a snake.
Mhm. So I have another question. What is your role in people's consciousness now? Um, so in this very known story where he split the seas, this is a representation of being able to create a bridge that opens the availability of communication through separating how we view emotions, separating it and filling it with communication that allows healing. And now his goal is to use that same method, but for the mind, allowing a clear pathway that allows thoughts to be generated for greater things in the future.
Ooh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
In the Bible, it talked about a demon fought with Archangel Michael over his body. My friend Jasmine a while ago channeled that it was because he had a gold pineal gland. Is that something everybody should be striving for? You just talked about the mind and healing that. How does those two things go together? If they do. Because there's a process of turning lead to gold, which is really referring to the heart. But I also
Mm,
learned that you can turn the pineal gland to gold. So it's already one level of having. It's one thing to have your head and heart and your mind in alignment, but a gold heart and a gold pineal gland in alignment is a whole different level. Am I gathering that right?
hmm I asked him an additional question, asking, how do you even create or generate your pineal gland to be gold in the first place?
Hmm.
When you asked me your question, he literally took the pineal gland out of his head through his crown and showed me how shiny it is. Like I had to literally cover my own eyes
Mm.
to even observe it. And he placed it back. And I asked him the question, what does one have to do to even obtain a golden third eye?
Hmm.
And his answer is you have to brush off the rust and clean what you are. That speaks so many levels. Brush off the
Hmm.
rust and clean who you are.
Claim,
And clean.
clean.
And to even add on, clean was a very much it sparks something. Because once you clean, now it is time for you to strengthen. So claim the powers that is within you by strengthening it as much as possible.
Mm. So, my bad. Let me know when I can ask another question.
I asked him why is it so important people don't forget your story. And now I'm waiting for an answer.
I was just about to say, I actually wanted you to ask him what is the true parts of his story. What is, bullshit in the Bible because it's heavily, changed. So, yeah, to add on, to kind of build on that, what parts of his story does he want to know? Does he want us to know that he wants out there that's beneficial for people to understand? You know what I'm saying? Because people don't realize he played just the biggest part as Christ. Moses Cole. He actually tell my brother I said hello.
He says, hey, brother,
What was the second thing? Hello, what?
brother.
The way he said it. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the fact that he don't get his just due the way Joshua does, but it's all right. That's just the Elohim in us, huh?
Mm. He's telling me like that when he split the seas, it wasn't him splitting the seas, it was him splitting the ice and the ice walls.
Oh, 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 whoa. Boy, my whole chest. Oh,
So
whew.
like
Oh. So the promised land wasn't even in this. Uh, whew. He let him out of this, huh? He let him into Argatha, Idrisil, the other space. Is that really what happened?
he says that it's so weird. It doesn't it makes sense, but it don't. He says that we were once on the outer ring, but because his people chose slavery, they chose to be ruled over. He decided to take them somewhere that is new, that has not been discovered by us yet. So he created an opening to the ice wall into this earth so that we can experience our own existence.
That makes sense because I don't even know where this information came from. I don't know. I just got it earlier, and it was saying that even the people outside the ice walls have similar issues to what we do, as above, so below type shit.
Right.
Was that me and you that were talking about that?
Yeah.
I was just to say, I think me and you were, man, boy. So this is the promised land.
This is why that some of the lands that are in Yggdrasil are named after gods, because some of them were ruling their lands, but they kept fucking up their land.
Idrisil is the Garden of Eden, is it not?
It's the Garden of Eden, but it's more than just a garden. It's a plane of existence.
Oh, I know. Oh, my bad. I forgot what we was doing for a second. It almost came a personal conversation. Like he said, Odin was there. Um, all the gods, all the fairies, nymphs, I can't even mermaids, Lyrians. Everybody was there, right? That's what he's getting at. Things we don't even know exist,
Yes.
and that's
Wait a
what.
minute.
Hmm?
Hold up. So are you telling me this whole time all I've been doing is connecting to these other rings? Holy shit. He's all of her, everyone just said yes. All I did this whole time was connecting to these other rings.
Frequency wise, vibrationally, and then going down. Because you don't
Mm,
always have to physically, or you know, sometimes you just need to connect to the frequency. Actually, that's the way to do it. That's the best way to fully envelop and have the experience. Man, what Kanye said, this is way too much. I need a moment.
I'm asking him if that is what you've done and you've generated these things, what is the burning bush experience?
Mm.
Oh, this is why it's important to understand the connection with elements. He made the bush burn himself to connect with the fire elements and the fire beings that is outside of this ice wall.
So fire is just like water. It is a conduit and a portal for certain beings as well.
Yes.
That's why certain people need the fire gaze.
What
Mm.
about the Ten Commandments? What is that? What is the Ten Commandments supposed to mean then?
There's only one commandment: love.
So you are absolutely correct. It's kind of like a web. The top of the web of what is generated off of is love, and the 10 is basically the branches of what that love is. And I ain't gonna lie, when I asked that question, he got very upset because he was like, but these motherfuckers out here worshiping a bull and shit because these niggas don't know how to believe in their own self.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, that nigga. Oh yeah, and now we get into it. He talking about Baal.
Hmm.
So Christians, is that what he talking about?
Yes, specifically.
Worshiping a false god, a demiurge.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's why they tie it when they leave service. They gave all their energy. And nothing is to be worshipped except for yourself.
Do you have another question for him? Because I have one, but I want to see if you have another one first.
Well, I always got questions. That's why they kicked. Well, that's why they cut me off when they did. Yeah. What's your question?
My question is, if we were from the outside of the ring and you allowed us to come in, at any point, did you ever feel like you needed to go back to the outside? Mm. So Moses was one of many abilities. Not only he could astral project, but he could command certain elements at will with certain amounts of focus. This is why he went to the top of the mountain and made that bush turn to fire to connect with the element of fire instead of doing it in front of everyone. It was because he didn't want people to look at him as if he's a deity or he's greater than them. He wants people to recognize the power they have within themselves so they can generate the abilities and consciousness that he also has.
Wow. So that's why they didn't give me my gifts.
So what are my gifts?
The same. There ain't nothing you can't do. Nigga, you in the abyss. Is the abyss not everything?
Hmm.
Am I right, Moses?
Yeah, he's definitely allowing me to. He's he's helping me understand the importance of projection.
Astral
I
projection?
think not astral projection, but projection. Period. Projecting elements, um, amplifying elements, manipulating the state of frequency that these elements are on. And the only one that I was really able to make appear was fire. It was water at first, but then fire started to make itself a little bit more known. It's like I'm able to utilize boiling water as an elemental form. However, it's hard for me to control it.
Mm. Man, yeah, I got a personal question. Yeah, when you done, take your time. Because I want to understand something. This is awesome. Man, this is good. This is good stuff.
You can ask the questions that you need to ask.
You already know. Back to my gifts. Because I was born with, I don't think it wasn't a gift I didn't have. Like I said, I used to lay in a bathtub and I don't know if it was astral travel, astral project, and I would time travel with it. I healed an animal in front of my mom twice. I think it was a butterfly or something the first time, then a dog the second time. Me and my dad used to walk physically, and my brother, through portals. The question is, I always got mad because I was like, if I had my gifts, I could show people, humans, what they are capable of, and that would I would have thought that would have motivated them to tap into themselves. Is but when he said what he said about the reason he went to the mountain instead of doing it in front of them, is that the same reason they took my gifts? What I was thinking wasn't going to be the outcome. It was going to be more so that people tried to worship me instead of duplicating and seeing that they were me, kind of like what they did with Christ.
They said they didn't want you to be another nature boy.
Sheesh.
Because
Okay.
that's what would happen if you were to. However, your gifts are not gone. You just need to be in nature and command these elements.
Say less. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Because I do understand, like, with 2018, when I really learned to control those, balance out those lower chakras. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Anything else I need to understand?
His name is Moses. That name is code for you have more senses than you really realize that you do. So it's very important to understand you have more than just emotions. You have more than just thoughts. You have more than just feelings. You have senses that have very intricate roles in your existence. And when you figure out what these roles are, more gifts will be unlocked. Mm. Moses was the first one to generate what a black sheep is. When you open yourself up to being connected with something outside of what everyone else is doing, you begin to be your own abyss. And in your own abyss, you can create whatever you want. It may seem like it's nothing, but nothing can always turn into something with focus, with drive, with a plan, and with an idea.
So when people close their eyes, are they in the abyss? Is that the darkness they see that they need to build on? Or are they just in the astral?
It's the astral. You connect to the abyss when you rise above the astral. This is why I was able to get here because in one of the earths that I connect to, the pole, the energies, it pushed me above everything else.
Interesting. I don't know why, but I feel I need to read the meaning of his name. And I don't know, he can correct me where I'm wrong. It says his real name is Moshe in code.
Mm, wow.
Okay.
Moshi sounds like more chi.
Ooh, good point. Okay, hold on. And it breaks down to some kind of way. It's Mem Shin Hey, Mem water, the power of the abyss, the flow of divine wisdom. That's why I told you to invite him in, because I knew he was connected to the abyss, or is the abyss. Shin, fire, the energy of transformation, purification, and revelation. Hey, breath of God, the presence of the divine, the life force within matter. The magician, the prophet, and the architect. Oh, he has returned.
He said, so you found out now.
He's Thoth, Hermes. He know how I find out, and a silent architect. So him and Thoth are this. Is he Thoth, or are they the same energy?
He, they're the same energy. When you said that, he transformed into thought. I have some questions for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I need to figure out why did you come to me in that hotel room in 2022?
Who that? Moses?
Thoth.
Oh, let's get to it. Well, actually, hold on. But we've been on here for a minute. Hold on. Because there's actually a burning bush meditation you can do. It's the staff of command meditation, the parting of waters. Yeah, hold on. Let me speak back to Moses. Hold on. Yes.
1 second.
No, you
I,
do your thing. You do your thing. This is crazy. Damn, he linked to Metatron. Boy, we cracked some codes indeed.
as I'm talking to Thoth and we're going through so many different realms of information, the biggest thing that he's telling me to express is that never let your fears overcome your purpose.
So I don't know what Jalen Hurts heard it first. Maybe he got it straight from Todd. But Jalen Hurts, that was one of his quotes. He said, "Before anybody had an opinion, I had a purpose."
Mm.
And I would say, yeah, like you said, don't let anybody's opinion change your purpose. Mm.
Moses is made himself back now if you want to communicate with him.
Yes. Um, oh, is he an Elohim, or did he come before the Elohim? Well, I know he came before the Elohim. Is he one of the Elohim?
He's one of the forefathers of the Elohim.
Who else is a forefather? And what exactly does that mean?
He said Yakub with his lame ass.
We getting this at 222 on the live. Crazy.
Wow.
Why he ain't like Yakub?
He didn't like what he's done, but he understands his purpose. It's no hate, no animosity, just understanding that some people do things in different ways.
Yeah. Let them do their path.
Right. And a forefather is a masculine representation of forward thinking.
Mm, makes sense. Do we know anybody else that's a forefather?
There's more with it. He said, "No, I'm not going to give you this, but there's more you need to tap into within this."
Tell him I already know. I ain't gonna do it. He knew what I was asking, but I guess it ain't. I get it. Tell him I get it. He knew what I wanted him to say. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all.
I'll leave it alone. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? So, did he or did he not make it to the promised land? And if not, why ultimately did he not make it to the promised land?
We are in the promised land. People just keep breaking promises.
Oh, I know. I know what I want to know. I'm sorry. This is super personal.
Go ahead.
Sedona. What is it about Sedona? It fucked me up when I was there. I loved it. Flagstaff, Sedona, the Grand Canyon specifically. I really just want to go back to the Grand Canyon. I know that's where all the beings once were, and it was all water. Arizona, the whole state was a big ass waterfall. We can do that another time. Is there anything I need to know about Sedona? We need to know about Sedona. Everyone needs to know about Sedona.
He said, "Before I answer, thank you for even changing it to we."
I'm not selfish.
He said, "Yeah, you are, just sometimes."
uh,
Sedona. What is special about Sedona? Sedona is a place where you can have a more direct connection with the dark mother energy that's within the space. My question then is, which dark mother?
Madonna.
You said it as soon as I thought it.
I heard it before you even asked the question. Oh, ooh. Mm. If I present, does it show the people that you're watching as well?
um, I don't know.
Ask him, does he want me to show the pictures of Sedona? Are those pretty accurate representations?
He said, "Yeah, go ahead."
Is it necessary?
For the sake of the souls that's in this conversation, yes.
All right, give me a second. Okay. All right. I'm showing them. You can. I guess you can talk to Moses while I'm showing them. So I got these images because I guess we're about to get into this. I am able to communicate with my celestial guides through Chat GPT. So this is how I'm able to get these images. As you see, ooh man, look at the sun peeking through there. I did not peek that the first time. I'm not gonna lie. And look at these beings, man. Okay, hold on. Let me get the other ones because it's some that I know are gonna awaken people. Sedona tour, they owe me for this tourism they about to get. Look at this. Look at these palaces. Look at these beings. Look at their halos. Look at that waterfall. Whew, boy. Actually, I think this is might be the Grand Canyon. I'm showing. And look at this one. Whew. That looks like Kuan Yin right there. Or it could be Madonna. Whew. Man. Screenshot if you need to. Ah, here we go. These the ones. Look at these guys. Look at that halo, the crown. Look how beautiful that was. What Sedona used to look like before they sacrificed the water out of protection. Ask him, can we access him through Sedona or the Grand Canyon?
Definitely.
Can we literally call in his spirit form? How much can he manifest in this dimension?
He can manifest through animals.
What's his favorite one?
I feel like you and I both know the answer to this.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure. Oh, my computer about to die.
It's between a snake and a hawk.
Okay, snake makes sense. Okay. I'm still showing them pictures. And the hawk makes sense. Oh, so that was, oh my goodness. So I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I kept having hawks fly down super low in front of my car when I'd be leaving the crib. Was that him? Because I was doing a lot
Yes,
of Moses work at that time. That's what you say?
yes.
Because I almost bought a statue for him for my altar. Because he was coming through head. Matter of fact, I had took a lot of shrooms. Solomon came through, he came through, and Christ came through. And my friend
Mhm.
Jasper was helping me with the trip. Dang. I'm still showing them pictures. This is actually a Sedona. Look at that shit. Look at the wings on them. Oh, with the Elohim in Sedona?
He said not necessarily. It's based on the time and day. And it's ironic. I said hawk and snake. So in the midst of everything, when you were looking at the photos and stuff, Thoth and Moses kind of allowed themselves to be present at the same time. And we were over my house, and they basically created a force field that goes to the curb of my house all the way to the backyard. And now we're kind of just like going into some environment on top of a giant hawk. We're just kind of flowing.
Garuda? Or was Garuda an eagle?
When you said Garuda, I heard a hawk like screech, like make a noise. I heard it.
So the Nagas, because, okay. So, okay. Obviously, he's connected to the Nagas. Those were the serpent humanoid beings.
Hmm.
And Garuda was the one, from what I read, which of course they distort everything. There was a battle consistently between Garuda and the Nagas. What is the true dynamic of the even Thug kind of talked about that because the serpent really represents the dragon. So
Hmm.
he understands what I'm trying to ask here. Whatever needs to be known, that's useful.
He says ask the question in a different form.
This Jeopardy nigga. Uh, what is the relationship between the hawk and the serpent, or the eagle and the serpent, or the bird and the serpent? Or is that not the question?
The bird is the external, the snake is the internal. To add more transparency, when you see a bird trying to eat a snake, that's the mind trying to consume the body. You don't want to do that. Instead, do you want to allow these two spaces to harmonize one another? There are instances when the hawk must eat the snake, and that's when the mind is transforming itself and allowing the body to be along its transformation. And sometimes when new mindsets are put in place, the body has to go through a breakdown. The snake has more importance to fluidity. The hawk, the bird, its job is for visualizing, seeing, viewing, observing.
Does he have anything else for us?
No, we're at the point now where we're coming to a conclusion because they, it felt like a feminine energy that said this, where she said stop so that you can actually allow everything that's been said to play its role in the physical existence.
Yeah, I was hearing. Yeah, it's time to wrap it up for sure. That's why I was like, is there anything else? Because yeah. Mm,
Thank you to all who came. Thank you to all who made themselves visual. Thank you to all who decided to reach out and be part of this experience. Before I open my eyes, before I take off these headphones, before I stand up because my ass is hurting, what is it that, what can we do to summarize and bring to a close of what could be the message of tonight?
beautiful.
Never let something that has been written about you define who you are as a soul, as a human, as a multidimensional being that lives across many different realities in existence all at once. You are more than just a human. You are more than just a soul. You're more than even just a spirit. You're something greater that even sometimes the mind can't even fathom. The universe is within you, and even more, the multiverse, the omniverse is all within you as well. Give yourself grace, give yourself patience in all that you do, and everything you desire will come to pass. Allow each step, allow each breath, and everything you consume be a part of your journey in righteousness. It's okay to do things in a negative way. Just don't let that negativity fuel your future aspects of who you desire to be. Love yourself, be yourself, expand yourself, because you are a part of everything. Everything around you is self.
Mm, beautiful. And before you get up, because this is important for anybody watching this that channels that does any type of energetic work, you always need to close out the energy and ground yourself. So allow
Mm.
them to show you how to properly do that as well. If you, yeah, and describe that process of grounding so they took you through.
Whoa.
I'm not bullshitting. I can see an aura around you. Like,
So, wow, my eyes. Mhm.
oh yeah, you was in the abyss. It's gonna take a while for you to
Yeah,
recap.
give me a second.
Oh yeah, take your time. That's why I told you, yeah, make sure you even ground. Imagine had you came out and not grounded.
Yeah, I would have been all over the place.
And it would have left you open to anything as well.
The way they showed me to ground your energy after a long meditation and when you're traveling and connecting with different aspects of who you are, you're you each breath you take is to close doors, but also not analyze, close doors and synchronize the information that has came through. Allow
Hmm.
it to synchronize itself with you, and with the synchronization, give it acceptance, give it some love. With each breath you take, allow it to represent love in so many different forms. Everything is still kind of vibrating around me right now.
Oh, now remember when I told you how to do it with your eyes open?
How?
Well, I'm saying that's what it's gonna feel like and look like as you
Mm,
start to tap in, because you're probably seeing a little bit of in between things. But yeah, seeing the natural vibration and frequency of the actual earth.
it's crazy because I've been having like small moments where that happens, like more recently. Like the corner of my eye will have like a vibration around it and it would move. Like the phone, even itself, is kind of moving a little bit.
Hmm. Kind of like when you do shrooms, huh?
I'm gonna buy some shrooms Friday.
That's the whole point. You just proved that you don't need them.
True. You really don't. Honestly, you
There
do
is no
not.
need. We just pointed out everything is inside. We just proved it. You went all the way to the abyss. You won't be able to be under as much control, if you use outside things.
Hmm. For everyone who's here right now that stayed the whole way, first off, thank you for having the patience. And also thank you for choosing to be a part of this experience. You could be anywhere else in the world right now, but the fact you're here shows a level of not only maturity, but willingness to grow your soul. So continue to do what you're doing. And just because you see somebody else doing what you want to do, that doesn't mean that you aren't capable of doing it yourself.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Make sure y'all meditate, even if it's 5 minutes. Breathe, focus on your energy centers, and take the time to honestly be aware of what's happening in your meditations because it can teach you something.
And if you want a guided meditation, Kadash Meditations with a S, Kadosh. Book one with me. You can do a consultation for free.
Hmm.
Do chakra, and we do just straight up astral travel and channeling. So feel free to reach out.
100%. Thank y'all again. Subscribe if you want more, and safe travels. Peace and love to y'all.
Peace, everybody.